Okay. Well, let's do that. That's nice. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. I don't really care about that. That's good. Strong arms. That's very good. Might as well do that for now. And I guess that. Just because I can. Also, gold. And ports of call. Oh, wait, what's that? A note from Billy. Dowd, no need to waste breath with apologies or excuses. You taught me that. All I can say is that as soon as I left Dunwall, my head felt clear. Maybe for the first time. You told me once that people like us burn hot, then burn up. We don't get a chance to start over. No long days in the sun. I know you, Dowd. Despite all the blood on your hands, you've been stashing coin. No one does that if they're not holding on to something. You've got some kind of plan, some hope for a new life. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't, but that's what you gave me when you let me walk away. The one thing you said that wasn't possible, and I will never forget that. When the time comes, and it will, I hope you're watching close, so you get that chance too. I left a book for you. The world is big, bigger than I knew. There are lots of places where an old man like you can disappear. Billy. I think letting her go was the right decision, especially with the path we were taking. We wanted redemption, so we have to honor and give redemption. And we did. And we have an ally, it seems. Ports of call. Now, why did she give us this? Excerpt from a guide to port cities across the Empire of the Isles. Potterstead, Gristol, a small town, but the locals are charming and ale is unmatched. Be certain to visit during the month of winds for their penance festival. Dunwall, Gristol. Notes on the capital city could fill a dozen such volumes. All delight exists in Dunwall if you've got the coin, and all miseries if you're broke. Unless you're well connected through someone in Dunwall Tower. One of the key families, the City Watch or River Patrol, makes sure your permits are in order. Otherwise, you're likely to have your cargo seized by the port authorities for any number of reasons they care to concoct. It seems like this is just a list of cities. I wonder if these are like cities that we go to in the next game. Cockney Morley. While the harbor master here is particular about the kinds of goods you're carrying, the rest of the town is more lax. Be sure to visit the inn on the rock for the best mutton stew in all the Isles. None of these sound like something that Dowd would be interested in. Yarrow, Tivia. The cold here will snatch the breath from your lungs, but it is met in equal strength by the civility of its well-mannered citizens. The cozy taverns are kept warm by their famously crafted iron stoves, though the northern food takes some adjustment. Bejeweled aristocrats laugh and drink side by side with weathered, leathery-skinned farmers, clapping one another on the back until the dim hours. It is hard to make a friend here, or truly understand the worldview of the native-born, but once you do, you'll have a friend for life. That actually sounds like a place Dad would retire to. Celero Circonus. This city is crowded in the warmer months, and for a good reason. You'll find yourself shoulder to shoulder with scantily clad locals and foreigners on holiday, pale skin burned pink by the sun, which somehow seems larger and brighter in Circonus. The food in Culnero is a shining example of Circonian cuisine, and there is always music, always dancing. Hand rolled on the steps of tobacco shops, the cigars are, of course, fresher than the ones you've had shipped to other parts of the Empire. Normally when I read about Circonos, I think more of Italian-style population, but here it actually sounds more like Cuban-style. Be interesting to see a Cuban style in this world, because, yeah, anything that's not European would seem out of place. I want to see something that's out of place. Karnak Circonos, the jewel of the south at the edge of the world. The city is bustling with industry, after a wave of settlers from Morley and an influx of wealthy trading companies from Dunwall. Everywhere you go in Karnak, there are new ideas, hybrid forms of music, groundbreaking theories of natural philosophy, and even extravagant delicacies made by mixing ingredients from all the known cultures. The locals work tirelessly for their coin, welcoming elite from across the isle. It's the melting pot! Okay, I don't know if she actually wanted us to see something there, besides the cities. What you looking at? Oh, what you look, hi.
Begging your pardon, Dowd.
Yeah?
But I don't think it's safe to leave these overseers holed up in the refinery.
It's a new game now. They know where to find us. We just have to make them afraid to.
If they're afraid of me, they don't want to deal with me. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? What do we got here? Anything over here? I wonder if these filing cabinets are actually filled, or if this was just from the parliamentary days. Equip gear. As long as you don't force me to start the mission, because I want to look around some more. Probably should have saved. Yeah, we got it, Dowd. Thank you. There you go. Alright, we got some powers. It looks like my blink and void gaze are still up, which is good. Should I wait for vitality? I kind of want to do bend time. Mana consumption is very high, though. So yeah, I'll just wait for vitality. I like to play these kind of vanilla. It also gives you guys a chance to go through and play them not vanilla. Thank you. Thank you. And what's this? The Metaphysic Mysterium. Okay. It is said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have deemed heretical my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. I have harnessed the same energies employed by the outsider and his cursed followers while avoiding their corruption. I prescribe a twofold method in this text. Indirection. As the unwholesome power of the outsider uses living flesh as a conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. Containment. By using channels and barriers, we can focus these void energies in a raw state, shielding them from the perverse perspective of the outsider. I think we've actually read that before, but it's pertinent to what Dowd deals with on a daily basis, because he's trying to distance himself from the outsider, thinking that he's trying to corrupt him or mislead him, which, to be fair, that was from the beginning.
Thomas finished his scouting run. When you've talked to him, I'll give you the latest word from inside the prison.
Ooh, inside the prison, you say? The Whalers. Yeah, I think I've already read this. Yeah, I read that last time. The Isles of Serkonos. I think I've already read this as well. Spiced food. Well, Thomas. Oh, what? Thomas's journal. Don't mind me. I'm reading your journal. A recent journal entry written in a careful hand. Our troubles began with a name, Delilah. A mystery given to Dowd by the faces he sees in his dreams, and whose voice he hears when kneeling at the shrines hidden in the lost parts of the city. None of us have ever heard this voice, but we know its power. It spoke to our master, telling him of his coming doom, and saying that solving this riddle was the only way to escape. We knew nothing of Delilah, except that we found a whaling ship by that name. A tenuous connection, but where the outsider's word is concerned, there are no coincidences. We discovered the ship was named after a woman who once walked the halls of Dunwall Tower with Jessamine Caldwin. Later, she became a painter, an apprentice of Sokolov himself, until she snared an aristocrat patron named Arnold Timsh. We met with Timsh's niece, who offered us information on Delilah in exchange for eliminating her uncle. Removing aristocrats was our specialty, so our master agreed. With Barrister Arnold Timsh gone, his niece divulged everything she knew. Delilah was much more than a painter, and she was hiding in old Brigmore Manor outside the city. But by then, we were too late. Delilah anticipated our threat. For some time, she had been working her corruptive influence on the best of us, the assassin Billy Lurk. Delilah turned Lurk against us, and together they sold us out to the overseers. When we returned to our hideout in the flooded district, we were swarmed by gold masks and hounds. But Dowd is quick and wise in our trade. In the end, he kept us alive, though there were losses. Now our resources are strained. Some of the men are grumbling. I see the strain on Dowd's face, killing the Empress, handing over her daughter. Those are not easy burdens to bear, and Lurk's betrayal weighs on him heavily. His sleep is troubled by curses and shouts. Now we make preparations to strike back at Delilah. She's planning something in Brigmore, something that affects everyone in the Isle, and she will be expecting us. Like our master, she shares her gifts from the outsider with those who follow her. How many are they, I wonder? I have no secrets from my master. My loyalty is without question. But I fear these may be the last days of the Whalers. Perhaps the last days of Dowd. So it definitely seems like Thomas is much more in line with our sensibilities, and seems very talented at reading the situation much deeper than Billy was. Because if Billy would have read into what Delilah was trying to do and read all the angles, she would have been on our side, I think. But it also might be better that she was corrupted, which might have been mystical in nature, and this way she actually found freedom, even though she had to betray people to do it. Alright. What do you got, Thomas?
I found Lizzy Stroud. Getting her to lend us her boat will be a bit complicated, however.
Ah, fuck.
She's in Coldridge. From what I hear, they've got enough on her to hold her for about 1,000 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
Coldridge. We can use this. We'll get her out. And Stride will have to pay back the favor. We'll have our transport.
Ready to leave, sir? Or should I wait?
We might as well go, because, actually, stay at Dowd's base. Maybe the assassin will, the other assassin will have something to say.
At your pleasure.
So yeah, we read about Lizzy Stroud last time. Yeah, she's a horrible individual. Files down her teeth, the sharp points, and is very intimidating, and is a killer, and is a sadist in some ways. But hey, how you doing?
After Corvo's escape, it's going to be more difficult to break into Coldridge.
No shit.
They've installed arc pylons, and they're blaring Overseer music over the loudspeakers.
Oh, crap.
Our talents will be suppressed until we get inside.
I have other talents.
Yeah. Being inside shouldn't be too difficult because everything's so close together. I should be able to just jump around without having to blink anywhere. So we'll just have to be careful. And careful's my middle... It's not really. Let's go.
Is it time to go, sir?
Yeah, let's go, Thomas. Sorry. At least nobody's calling you Tommy. Not that anybody calls me that. There was a rune I missed and some coins. Oh well. No special actions accomplished. I don't think there was any. All right, let's go. You need Lizzy Stroud's boat to reach Delilah's stronghold at Brigmore Manor. Unfortunately, the leader of the Dead Eels gang is locked up in Coldridge Prison, and you've got to break her out.
Delilah doesn't leave Brigmore Manor anymore. She doesn't have to. Which means I have to come to her. The manor's upriver, far out past the quarantine line. I'll need a ship. I've lived in Dunwall's underworld a long time. I know the players, gang leaders, madams, corrupt officials. But what I need is a smuggler who knows the river, someone I can trust. It's a reflection of Dunwall, or perhaps myself, that after all these years, the best choice I have is Lizzy Stroud, and Lizzy Stroud is in jail.
At least it'll be easy to track her down. Favors! We know about this. Got improved armor. Yay. Got upgrades and favors. I don't have much coin. And it looks like I have the upgrades from last time, so... Bone charm capacity I want to save up for, but what are our favors? I don't need a disguise. Misplaced rune. A rune would be nice. Forged requisition. Stun mines to the prison. Oh, well, seeing as how I can't select them for some odd reason, that would be a waste. A rune would be nice, but I'm not going to be using many more runes, so I actually don't need any favors. And none of these seem plot critical. It would be kind of nice to walk in, but nah, I'm good.